Come on! No,
I
no,
wanted the
no
music.
music.
Oh no! Shoot! I just went live. I did here
Oh.
just for you, Dion. I will run it while we're live. Okay, like let's see if we can do it. Here you go. Just for Dion. Just for
Thank
Dion,
you.
we ran the
Thank
30-second timer.
I appreciate it.
All right. Well, we're back with some second edition Dungeons and Dragons, advanced Dungeons and Dragons, playing in the Greyhawk campaign world. Hopefully, folks can hear us. Maybe.
Yes. I pulled you up on. I'm pulling you up on my phone. And I heard y'all.
All right. Actually, my mic was a little too hot last recording, so I'm going to drop my volume a little bit. And if I end up being too soft for you guys, let me know. But I was a little boomy in the recording. So here we go. We will try it this way. Right. Well, let's just get into it. We are down our healer tonight. Bill needed to take the night off, but he'll be back with us next time. Richard, who you got tonight?
Hi, I'm Richard, and I am playing Arvin, family name Tarklu, and I am not playing a healer tonight.
No, you're not. That could be bad. That could be very bad. Yeah, Jameis, who you got?
Hey, I am also not a healer, but I am playing Drad.
But you can make music that'll make us feel better about ourselves, right? That's kind of like healing.
I have a
Healing
thing called
for your
inspiration,
soul.
which actually quite sucks.
Dion, who you got tonight?
I am also not playing healer. I am playing Odie, the level 3 fighter, peasant hero variant.
Mostly we just call you peasant and
Yeah.
drop the hero part, but you know,
Yeah.
that's how it goes sometimes. Oak, who do you got tonight?
I'll be playing Grimly Splinterstone, Dwarven Locksmith.
Oh, we got a locksmith. That's just as good as a healer.
Call the locksmith.
Okay, so last session, you guys were on your way to see Karaston, the master of the person that's kind of hired you. I say kind of because he's really poor. He can only promise that his master will pay you, but pay you pretty well once you reach his home. But we're taking a small detour on the way there. We're looking for a blade, supposed to be a magical blade that was. He purchased some information that told him it was in a cavern in a cave system on the way, sort of, to his master's. You were able to find the cave from what scant information he had. That wasn't too difficult. You ran into a few obstacles, like a half-starved pack of wild dogs, which Dion's character was able to tame. Odie now has a pack of half-starved dogs that are very obedient, very, very well trained. You also found that some sort of battle had taken place down here. Once you got further in and found out that it wasn't just a cave, you're into areas that have been worked by tools. Obviously, it was used for something. You found an altar dedicated to a particular god of malignant influence, or so your cleric has told you. And in this room with the altar, a shade or a spirit of one of the downed warriors was still somewhat around. You were able to defeat it. So the chamber that you're in now is the chamber that has the altar on it. Richard, your character Arvin, found a panel that seems to also be protected by another one of these sigils that did something not so nice the last time you tried to open what the sigil was painted on. It's a much small. It's not a door. It's just like a piece of the wall. Maybe it's a small panel, but you were able to find another one of those sigils on it. You were also looking at this body that the wraith was attached to, a skeletal form that had a bloodstone gem, some solid silver bracelets, a few other things about. And I think that's where we ended, having defeated the wraith. Some of you were damaged a little bit, but we're still in this room. So I don't know if you guys, what's on your fantasy grounds map, but I'm just using what we're seeing on the screen right here. So you're in this chamber. Yes, I threw the map up there this time. I think I shared this map with you. You guys should be able to open it up. It has the fancy name of Screenshot 2023 117.
It's the last one on the last page of the images.
Which in no means your GM did this last minute. No, not at all.
Not
this
at all.
Is carefully thought out.
Very.
I mean, what time?
Yeah,
is
I'm
it
lying.
now?
I had no time to go over the fantasy grounds this week. We had a death in the family. I spent most of last weekend, and a part of this week dealing with that. So there we are. So this is the chamber that you're in. Obviously, this right here, this crumbled wall area is where that mark was. So you guys are actually back here right now. You're in this little chamber in the back end.
In 4.
Whoa, what's that?
Whoa, what is?
Is that the chanting starting or something?
Must be.
That's the zombie siren.
I look around for these sirens. They're much more deadly than the zombies.
You're splitting.
So
they were testing Jameis's yacht's horn. Yeah.
So does anybody actually remember going into 2 at all? Did
2
we
is
check
the
behind
hound
us?
cavern. The hounds were in 2.
Oh, I was there.
All right. Okay, good.
I have my doggies.
All right. Well, I don't think we determined anything about the symbol that was on there other than that it was evil or harmful if triggered.
Yeah.
So
who wants to trigger it this time?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, nobody triggered it last time, did they?
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
I think I looked at it, but I
It was
couldn't.
Bill's
do anything.
character. I think he tried to just hit it with his mace.
Oh, he was
Went
blessing the
off.
place, and now he's gone. Oh, I waved my fist in the area where his character should be.
No, he's still there. He's just continuing to bless the place, ignoring everyone studiously as he continues to chant.
Well, I say we sit
Can't
here
you
for a week until
use
he's
a
finished
sling
blessing
or
it.
something to hit the mark from range?
I mean, it might trigger.
Triggered it last time. It was fine.
And last time, to be fair,
get hurt.
it had kind of a radius. The damage was great directly in front of the sigil, but then kind of petered out after a distance.
Yeah.
So setting it off at a distance might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, you can just do that.
Well, I mean, if you want to throw your loot at it while we're all out of the room, that's fine.
I have a sling.
Oh. Well, if you want to throw your sling at it, then.
I was waiting for that.
You might want to hold on to the
Disappointing.
sling. Just let the bolt or the rocks fly out of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I made sure me and my dogs are far around the corner. Away from any explosions.
I mean, if we set this off while whatever Bill's character is called that I can't remember the name of is sitting there blessing it. Well, I mean, he can get caught in it.
You guys can
Find out
kind
what
of
the
just
effects
push
are
him. You just push him out of the way while he continues to chant.
again. No, we push him
Nudge him.
further in.
Yeah, come on this way, big guy.
Whatever.
Excuse me, my throat's still a little messed up. Throat clearing, never fun to listen to, but yeah, there you go. Well, okay, so Oak, your character, put your name in the the chat thing there, so I can refer to your character name. It's just easier for me to see it on the screen. I'm sorry. So you're going to throw a sling stone at it. Are you going to take cover behind anything? I mean, you could take cover behind the altar if you wanted to in the next room. You're going to be a fair distance away, a close distance. You are going to need to make an attack roll. So you tell me.
Oh, okay. Well, we've
Short,
got plenty
medium,
of,
far?
We're not under any pressure of immediate combat, so we can just keep. I'll take 10, as it were.
And do what?
Sling.
You want to do the sling? Okay.
Well, I brought it up. I mean, if someone else wants to do the sling, they can do the sling. But I've got a sling, so I can do it. And...
Well, who wants to do it? There's no taking 10 to just automatically hit something. So
take 20 then.
Who's going to do it?
I've only got a short bow.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's why I thought just
shoot an
using a
arrow
sling,
at it.
because you got this infinite ammo of suits just flying around the place.
You can
We'll
just
try
pick
the
up
stones
balls back
first,
up,
yeah.
so.
Sling some stones.
Okay, so you want to do it, Jameis?
Yeah.
All right. In which case, go ahead and make me an attack roll at whatever distance you want to do it at.
I don't know how
Are
to
you
put
short,
distance into
medium?
this.
Long.
I also don't know how to put ammo into this thing.
On your actions tab, there should be an ammo box or a number.
Yeah.
You just put a number in there.
Okay. 111. That's fine. Medium distance. Sort of. I don't know what the.
Okay, medium. All right.
Ooh, that's a good roll.
That is a hit. Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
This is where everything kind of falls down because it's kind of sucks.
Okay. Yeah, the stone plinks. It hits the sigil dead on, but nothing happens.
I mean, try again.
I can do it.
Was
I can
it-
try and do it a bit better than that, but not a huge amount.
The sigil
better.
appear to be painted on, or anything that was like could be washed off.
As the other one was, yes, it is kind of painted on.
I tried to wash the other one off though, and it didn't work.
No, it didn't.
No, because it's like
I
painted.
don't guess anybody has any acid with them.
Mm-mm.
Not personally. You can try pissing on it.
I could cover it in grease.
Oh, what about doing that and then setting it on fire, maybe burning it off?
If you want to try that.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You're going to cover it with grease or lamp oil, whichever you want to do. How are you lighting it, and how close are you to it when you light it?
Oh, when I say grease,
That's
I
not
mean
a
the
leading
spell
question.
grease.
The spell grease
Yes.
that affects
Okay.
like the ground and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
depending on the area, we could just like put it.
Yeah, if you
stand at
cast it
the
where it hits
edge
that and then just pours into the floor, you should be able to just
Yep.
throw a torch over
Yep.
into it.
and then
Okay.
run.
All right. We'll say we do that. And who throws the torch? Not for any
One
particular
second.
reason.
Okay, phew.
No,
No
surge.
wild surge. I could have set it on fire already.
That
Good
would
thing,
be funny.
So, yep. Yes. I drop a torch if nobody else is going to do it. It's my grace. I set it on fire. Screw you. Ah.
All right. So Arvin, you're gonna pitch a torch in.
Yeah.
In which case, yeah, the grease ignites. At first, nothing seems to happen. Then the glyph starts to grow very brightly as you see that the intensity of the heat is starting to burn off some of the ink, and then the glyph explodes, creating a huge fireball. What you guys are, I mean, you catch the very ends of it. There's a wash of heat, but nobody catches any of the damage. The glyph has exploded off the wall. What remains of it is melted. And behind it, there's a small kind of a niche in the wall. And there's something in there. It looks like from the distance, closest person can kind of look in there, and it's some kind of small statue.
Would say Avon blew his eyebrows off, but they're probably long gone from other experiences.
So the glyph going off was intense enough of a flame that it just burned off the grease, snuffed out the rest of the fire afterwards. So nothing's on fire anymore, but everything's scorched and blackened in there. But no fire anymore.
Okay.
Check Bill's character.
Yeah, his eyebrows are burning. Perfectly
Okay,
fine.
I'm
Patting
gonna
out.
get a rag to get the statue out, just so I can rub the soot off it at the same time.
Okay.
So,
The niche is about 12 inches deep. And the sculpture is it's made of a reddish gold. And what it is, it's 6 arrows in a base, and the arrows are kind of spread out almost like a fan. There's a small, tiny ruby inset in the shaft of each one of these 6 arrows.
ooh, pretty.
How many swords were there? 6?
4. There were only 4 on the
Okay,
altar.
so it's not
Yeah.
pointing to the different.
I'm, without trying to do a look, I'm going to see if any of the arrows sort of come loose like they want to be used. Or
They do, actually. It's not so much a statue as it is it's a display for these 6 well-crafted kind of red gold, the fletching, the shaft, and even the steel tips are the same kind of red gold hue to them.
I'm trying
anyone
to
know
appraise
what
those.
these magical arrows would be used on?
Grimly, you want to appraise them? You got an appraising skill?
Yeah, I do, sir.
Go for it. Okay. Top side, each of those small rubies just by themselves are worth about 6,000 gold. Total.
His
So 1,000
eyes
gold.
just get kind of big. Well, gentlemen, we can probably leave now. He's set us good for a while. About 6,000 each.
These aren't the blades we're looking for, is it?
With this lot of
No,
gold
no.
value.
It's an actual
Seems like a
blade in the
blade.
conventional sense, not like a blade on an arrow tip, I'm afraid. It's a much larger weapon than they were looking for. Very, very, very quaint, though. Very nice coloration, I would say. I've no interest in them, of course. You're welcome to them. Of course. So Malin is the the elven wizard that's with you, that's kind of leading this expedition.
What's the praise of magical appraisal in the system?
There's a couple of ways to do it. I'm still going to go with that anyone that can use magic. So magic users, clerics. I'm not going to let bards do it. Not going to let bards do it. They're not that magical. Can kind of sense magic, but otherwise you need the identify spell or some other way to particularly look at it.
Does anyone know if these are actually magical? I can't tell just because I'm a bard and I have no knowledge of these magics, which I think.
Actually, bards have bardic lore. You might actually, if it is some named item, you might know the lore about it.
Yeah.
That's a
Magical,
skill.
but they're
So if you want to roll it,
expensive.
Okay. I assume I would have taken it, but I don't know if it was available to take at the time when creating the damn thing.
I think it's a class feature.
Yeah, because I'm looking at my proficiencies and I'm not seeing bardic lore just as a thing. Like there's stuff like ancient history and whatnot, but I don't think bardic lore was an actual ability. Let's see abilities. Legend lore.
Might be what's that?
There's legend lore.
Legend lore. That's it. That's what it was called.
Scrutiny takes D10 rounds after which percentile was made. 5% chance per level of knowing something about the item. So not a huge amount.
Still
Or
a
you just
possibility,
roll
though.
3d6 roll. Also, you get to, that's an option roll. You can do a 3d6 roll to do something about it, I suspect, if you look through this. So, what do you want? A 15%? Do you want a d10 to first of all see how many rounds we take, if that matters?
Nah, that's fine. We're at a pause and everything, so you take some time. Go ahead and roll your
Yep.
percentile. See if you know anything about it.
How? Wizard question. There we go. Ooh, 35.
Nah,
Mm.
nothing that you studied kind of fits this at all.
These are 6
Arvin,
arrows.
do you want to kind of look at it with your mystical sight?
Or not?
I think Arvin is already concentrating.
I was looking over. Never mind. It doesn't matter what I was looking at. I am zoned out for it. Yes. Int?
Oh, no, you don't need to roll anything. You just take a few minutes. That'll tell you if it's magical. If you want to try and read or figure out what you're seeing, yeah, make me an intelligence check.
Yeah, I guess I will try.
It is magical. It's definitely magical.
I don't have the. Yeah, I don't have identify.
Yet.
Okay. You can definitely tell that the artifact itself has kind of a dark nature to it. It could be that it's aligned to a dark deity. Yeah, but that's really all you can tell about it. Definitely magical.
Aliens, I declare to everybody else.
Aliens. It's always aliens.
It's aliens. Look, the arrows, they point up. It's pointing at the sky. See, it all comes together.
Turn the arrows around.
Mm-hmm. I will say also that Arvin, once you engage your vision, your friend, after pulling out the quote statue, there's still something in the alcove that he missed that is radiating magic.
I point at the niche and I say, aliens! They've engaged their cloaking devices and are in there.
Yeah, so there was a vial deep in the back, a glass vial that's got like a blue crystalline powder inside of it.
Can I mean, seeing as I can still see magic at the moment, can I give you a roll to determine any idea of what this powder might be?
Yep, make me an intelligence roll. Same thing.
Yeah, worse.
Okay.
But still.
Yeah, it's still a success though. It is a powdered variant of a potion. You can tell that from its magical aura. So you need to rehydrate it. You need to add some pure water to it, and it's a potion.
God. It's like a crystal light.
Once you've rehydrated it, you're able to figure out what a potion is simply by taking a few sips of it, which doesn't engage the poison. Of course, if it is poison and not a potion, well, then you are poisoned. But
I mean, you said poison when you meant to say potion to begin with. So
oh, is that it? No,
So-
it's a dehydrated potion of some sort. You can tell that. Not poison, potion.
I mean, if it is a poison, that's excellent because I didn't get a chance to buy all the poisons that I wanted before we set off on this trip.
We will when we hawk those arrows.
I'm now getting visions of like dehydrated potion of speed that you snort. Yeah, I'll just take me a bump of this haste spell here.
There might be a healing potion.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, so just a single vial of it. If you wanted to rehydrate it and figure out what the potion is, you can do that at your leisure. But you do know it is a potion.
Well, what we have here is a potion of undeterminate origin. So,
What is it?
I don't know.
Does it make it that people don't know where you came from?
Maybe.
Do you play playing at the old school where you have to taste it to identify it?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't want to drink this possible poison because I am really
I'll stick my finger in there and take a dwarven constitution. Will keep me
Here comes. Check if it's drugs.
Yeah, potion of speed. That's what it is. You need to rehydrate it, but it's perfectly usable.
Now that we know it's a potion
I
of speed,
imagine
can we
dwarves.
snort it?
I imagine
You see, if
dwarves
it's
go
speed and
on.
it's in powder form, we could just snort that.
I was to say, I imagine dwarves that go on building benders where they just snort potions of speed all night long and get it done.
That's how they do it overnight.
Yeah.
Wow.
We giving our trade secrets away now.
That might explain why our keep fell over so easily last adventure that we had.
Who's our biggest hitter? They need that.
It's not me.
Oh,
So you're-
what else are we doing? Is that it?
I don't think. Well, the sword. We also know that we took out of the thing. We also know that's magical already, don't we? We
Yeah,
determined that last time. Yeah. What was in that? All right. Okay. I don't
Well,
think there's anything else here.
it affects magical creatures, but it really isn't a sword. I mean, it's a bit of masonry in the shape of the sword, which happened to be removable from the altar. 2 of the 4 were, but it's really ungainly. It's not really meant as a weapon.
It's more
I mean, it's the
magic
best one
effect than
magical.
anything else we got.
Yeah, exactly.
True. It's more a club in the shape of a sword, really.
Oh, keeping it and going on to 5, for lack of a better term.
I mean, I didn't even
Yeah,
know that
so-
passageway existed. So
Yeah.
So yeah, as you go back down to the corridor here, and again, this is obviously worked stone now. And as you head down into this area here, you've actually got flagstone under your feet, well worked walls. Cells line the left hand side as you're walking in. When I say cell, I don't mean gels. I mean literally they're small rooms, like almost just like a 6x6. There's remnants of like a small pallet of bedding, sparse furniture. They look almost like an ascetics cell or like a cleric's place where they would pray all day, or where they might even just live or do research. Very small, very homely. There are a
Me or is
few of
Bert
them.
cutting out?
What's that? Am I cutting out?
You're
Yeah,
cutting
it's
out to
fine
me,
for
but
me.
I don't know if it's my connection or if it's you.
I think it's you.
yeah.
Your daughter has found another way to get into your games at night. She's over there at the internet
Yep.
cable right now.
She's playing Roblox on her laptop, sucking up all my bandwidth.
That's it. Yeah. Some of the rooms, again, the furnishings are just utterly destroyed, broken. The bedding is long since rotted. You do see some skeletal remains on the floors as well, and they were destroyed. Like they're showing signs of being dismembered, bones smashed and shattered. They died violently.
Are we expecting to find anyone here?
He doesn't know. He was just kind of given information as to where the sword may have been sequestered, long ago. He didn't really know what he was going to find.
Uh-huh. Is the door to 6 open? As in, can we tell there's a thing, or is that closed?
You walk up to it. No, it's closed. The door is kind of swollen in the frame from just exposure to time and weather. It looks like it could easily be shattered or kicked open.
I'm just saying, because since we still saw into the cell so easily, I just wondered if the 6 was also open.
The cells didn't really have doors so much as like just curtains or just like a bit of like a wood screen sort of thing, long since torn down. You can just see the mats on the floor. There's a proper door to the cell in number 6 though.
Right. Arvin, are you still seeing magically?
No, I would have turned that off after we done the
Yeah.
stuff. But I mean, I can turn it back on again.
I'm
Or we can ask.
Might miss things otherwise.
Just wait 10 minutes. and the GM will roll a wandering monster check, and everything will be fine.
I was going to say.
So I indicate the doors to 6 and 7. Which way, gentlemen? Because I don't know that 6 is a small room. Yeah.
7, the doors are closed here as well. They're very thick. They're wood with brass edging, so they haven't swollen. They look like they're still intact. Whether or not they are locked or barred from the other end, you can't tell. But the doors still seem workable. Hinges are still in place. No, it doesn't look like they were ever intended to be barred from this side, but maybe from the other side.
There was an underbard.
Hmm.
It's a poon or play on words. I'm going to gently push up against both doors, so one and the other, just to see which one seems like it's going to give more easily.
Yeah, I'm going to check those
So
for
you
traps
say you can
first.
bet against both doors? Okay, so the swollen door that's over area 6 doesn't really budge. You can tell that it didn't really have any kind of locking mechanism, but just the wood just swole. It's just swollen in place. It's just larger than it was meant to be. It's going to take some force to move that door. If you push against the very large, thick doors that have the brass binding and hinges, they just open. The hinges are very quiet as it swings in, revealing a large area. There looks like there was a battle of sorts that took place here. It's packed with bodies of skeletons still in armor. Some of them are in robes. You've already gotten the impression that this was a holy site of some sort, but it looks like the clerics here fought a battle against an invading force that was well armed and armored. Most of them have either field plate or chain rusting on the ground. Do you go into the room? This is just what you see from the door. Just packed with bodies.
So that's no one saying anything. Sure, I'll step carefully in. I say carefully because I don't want to step on all the bodies.
Okay. Roll me a percentage roll. Nothing attached to it. Just roll percentage.
28.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it was a pitched battle. It looks like the clerics were not just the studying sort. They did put up resistance. You see many of the mailed and armored forms, been lanced, maces, crushed bits of armor here and there. And again, this battle happened some time ago. There's no fleshy bits left on the bodies. They're all skeletal.
I gather some bones to give to the dogs.
So you go in. Roll me a D percentage.
Oh no. Okay. How do I do that? I right click it, right?
Oh, you can just pick up the D100 and then roll it in the screen.
There's a D100?
Yeah, you've got dice along the bottom of your screen there.
I don't have 100 one.
The D10 right at the
end.
far right.
To the right of the 4. No, that's a D10.
No. All the way. It should
Also
be the
on the right.
last dice in the chain.
Oh, this one. Oh, it picks 2 up. Oh, I only saw 1 dice. I was confused. 94.
Yeah, no.
You find some bones. I mean, they're all dry. They've been here for a while, but you pick some. You offer them to your hound pack, and they back away from the bones. They growl at the bones.
Oh, I take that as a bad sign, and I look to my companion in the room and say, we should be careful. The dogs sense something. I'm gonna leave the room.
Far back.
Okay.
Smash them all.
So Odie steps out of the room.
I'm just going to take some time to try and put the battle. What happened here?
Okay.
I don't have
Well,
any
if you're looking
particular,
around,
yeah.
trying to figure out what happened, you move a few bones aside, you move some refuse aside, and you notice that the floor of this room has an intricate kind of mosaic pattern inlaid in the floor.
Apparently, someone called Mosaic and laid a pattern on this floor.
Bards are part fighters. Maybe an intelligence check.
They're more sort of rogue with a dash of spells, but I can do it. I'll do an intelligence check anyway. Just
Yeah.
Intelligence. Intelligence is working out how to roll the damn thing. Success by 14.
Yeah. No, you actually recognize what the patterns are on the floor from your days of training. This must have been a training hall. Basically, the mosaic lines are like how to form up. You stand there, you follow the maneuver on the floor to learn how to, like duck and weave. You've seen such things before. So this was a training hall to train in the arts of battle.
Normally, I see it for dance steps where you have your feet heavily in the But I suppose you could use it for battle. Yeah.
There are, every once in a while you see the glint of a coin on the floor here and there. The armor, for the most part, is rusty. Still usable if you took some care and time with it. If you felt like you really wanted to pick up some chain or field plate here, you could. The robes that the monks are wearing long since rotted.
Is there evidence of what they fought as and what type of creature or something?
They were fighting each other. No, it's very evident they were fighting each other.
We don't have psionics, so don't have to worry about it. Oh no, there are some nasty sonic creatures.
Nice. Okay. So what's everyone else doing? You're not in the room.
You got the door to 6, which I just pushed on and otherwise ignored. So
the door was like really solidly swollen to the frame. Like you could bash it down, break it down, but it's not going to just swing open freely.
I'll try to bash it.
Got me looking at this door and
what's your strength?
This the stuck one?
16.
Okay.
Nice.
You don't need to roll anything.
Okay.
It just takes some efforts, but you just put a shoulder up to it or a boot up to it, and just push, and the wood breaks. It's brittle and just kind of splinters around. It's a fairly large room, not like the little clergy cells off to the left. And what this used to be is like a storeroom. There's barrels, smashed glass decanters, ceramics. You also see skeletons on the floor here.
Don't like that.
Mm-hmm. One of the skeletons starts to pick itself slowly off the floor.
I bash it.
Yeah.
Moment it moves, just maul.
Yep. I'm fine with that. You just bash it.
Do I roll?
It looks whatever animating force that the dead are. It's very weak.
Okay.
Very weak. So yeah, you smash it into bits.
Okay. So I'm gonna keep an eye on the rest of them and just like go through the room a little while I'm doing so.
Okay. Roll me a d10.
What? 4.
All told, I mean, there's a bits of coin here and there, a few like herbs and spices and like mineral salts and things that you just kind of stick in your pockets. All told, it's about 40 gold pieces worth of just stuff that catches your eyes.
The barrels, are they full of liquid?
They aren't smashed, or some of them aren't smashed if you want to check it.
Yeah.
Okay. They all have bungs on them, so you just kind of pull one. Most of it is just bad water that's just gone bad over time.
Okay.
One of them is full of oil,
Ooh.
like lamp
Ooh.
oil.
Oh, yeah. I point that out to everybody.
One of them probably was wine, but now it's vinegar.
Okay. How heavy is the barrel of oil?
It's not. It's like it's a half keg or a half
Oh,
ton.
okay.
So it's just like 50 pounds or so.
I'm gonna weasel it out into the hallway, and then I'll look at. Is he still rummaging around through the skeletons?
Yes, yeah. He's still in that room, kind of looking around, bending down now and then.
Hey, what if when you're done and get what you want from there, we just blow them up with this? Because one of them in here tried to just get up, and I wasn't having it. Yeah. You didn't hear me smash bone just a minute ago?
Is that what you recall it these days?
Yeah.
Grimly, what are you up to?
Are these just bone skeletons, or they have old clothing and things like that?
There's bits and pieces of clothing, and it looks like there were two camps. You had a very heavily armored group in here that had some were in chains, some were in field plate, and then you had the clergy that were here. They're all in robes. Most of the robes are rotted.
I'm going to see if there's any pockets or anything left. Look for valuables.
Okay. Roll me a d10. Yeah, it's all of the clerics or the monks. You're not sure if they're what the persuasion is, but they all had holy symbols on them that have a bit of silver, have a bit of gold. All told, 40 gold pieces worth if you just take all the holy symbols.
Yeah. Now, are they recognizable as any specific denomination that I would know? I don't have religion or anything.
So your cleric had identified the altar as being dedicated to Hexter, and
These are all the same.
They are the same emblem. Yeah, and he said Hexter was a darker god.
Okay, well, yeah. Then I can just melt these down. I'll keep them.
Okay.
And how many were there?
40 gold piece worth. I mean, that's basically your metal value in them.
Okay.
So while you're looting the dead of their holy symbols, Arvin, what are you up to?
Well, I was staying in like the passageways where 5 and 6 are.
Okay, yeah.
And just generally keeping an eye on I guess on 5s, on all the 5s, to see if anything was going to come out of them now that like things were being disturbed, etc.
Okay. Occasionally you hear some bones rattle, but like when you look in just to see, nothing's really moving. Could be some rats are moving around and pitching a bone here and there.
And this is 6 or 7.
Where you were was 6, and Jameis's character's in 7. Jameis, what's your character's name again?
Just Bard. Just a Bard.
Bard the Bard. Yes.
It's just because the only thing that matters is the story, not the storyteller, and that's why I try to get an understanding of what the story is of what happened in this room. Because that's what, if I understand the story of what.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, it was a pitched battle between two groups.
Yes.
One was heavily armed and armored. The other one was, it looks like they are maybe defending their religious site.
One side
I
is
assume
heavily
at some
armed
point
and
I
armored,
noticed.
the other side is dead.
Yeah.
I assume I noticed the other two doors at some point.
Oh yeah, at the very end, yeah, you can see the two doors there. The door to closer to the left is very securely barred, and there is a lock on the door. Like when you go to move it, it barely moves at all, enough that you can hear the play of a bar on the other end of the door. It's also it's ornate door, heavy black wood, and you also see that there's scorch marks on the outside of the wood and on the walls around it, which you think is probably another one of those glyphs that someone set off long
right.
ago.
And the other door?
The other door.
If it's easy enough to open, I'm just going to open it, by the way.
Yeah. Well, this one's locked. By rattling it, you can tell there's not a bar on the other end, but it is locked, and it's another heavy door, well bound. I mean, you can try and break it down, but it does have a lock on it as well.
Locksmith? We have a locksmith. Why am I trying to pick locks when we have a locksmith? Apparently, he's not responding.
Sorry.
Locksmith, I've got some locked doors here.
I'll check for traps first.
Okay.
So number 8 is the door on the right is rather
Drop it
easier.
into the dice tower.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that fun thing now that I've got it.
Yeah, I love those. I love towers for that.
Oh, it's a shame we can see it.
If we look at
Yeah, you can see that I rolled something. You don't know what I rolled though.
at least you look
If
at
we
the
look at-
screen.
If we look at this stream,
Oh,
Yeah.
we
It's not stream tonight.
well,
Sure.
listeners, viewers, whatever, don't tell us what is on there. We will just close our eyes and do this.
Yeah, at least you're
Don't
looking
look at the
immediately when it
stream.
rolls.
Yes. Okay. You believe it's free of traps?
Check. It is locked.
It is locked.
Oh, yeah.
It is. Yes, it is in fact locked. Okay. It's actually more complicated than you would expect. Given the age of this place, there's multiple tumblers in it, and you start working at it. And as you're doing it, there's a sharp prick on your finger, and you pull your finger back to kind of, you figure a bit of metal or something, but you pull your finger back. There's a very fine, very thin needle on the tip of your finger that comes
Oh,
out.
Damn it.
Give me a
Save.
poison save. Yeah.
You're a dwarf. You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Mm.
You do notice the needle has
That one
some
hits me.
long since dry kind of tacky substance on the tip. But you feel all right.
Yeah, that one was trapped. Good thing it's an old one. It's a busted lock, though. Does this appear to be something that I can use if finesse won't work? Will something heavier like a crowbar or something work?
Sure. Yeah.
Make
You have
sure
a
I got
crowbar,
one.
or do you
Thank
just want to
guys.
try and beat it down?
I thought I had a crowbar listed, but apparently
I'm
I
If
did
here.
you've
not.
activated can you still do lockpick even though you sort of failed? You set the trap off. Can you still lockpick it open?
If you generally, you can't do the
You have to go
same
up a
thing
level.
twice unless the situation changes in some way.
Oh, the situation changed because the trap went off.
Not
Usually
enough.
you have to go up a level before you can attempt to
Yeah.
set
Okay.
lock again.
Just wondering. I was going. Because intellectually you can say, okay, I'll just do it again. But no, if
And this
you
is-
just
which
wanna
one
break
was
it
that?
down. The
This is
door's
the
eight.
furthest left one.
Is it?
Is the other is this isn't the alcoves, this is 8 or 9, correct?
So this would be going into 9 is the one that you were working on. The one going into
Okay.
8 was barred from the other side.
I thought 9
As
was
well
barred
as
from the
locked.
other side. I had
That
the
was
other
my
way
mistake.
around.
Other way around. Yes.
Okay.
My mistake.
Wait, the bard is on
The
this
small
side.
little
Is there-
insignificant room is barred from the other side as well as locked.
Is there any kind of gap at the top or in the wood near the top where I could slip something through to try to hook the bar?
Well, this one's not barred. The one that you're working on isn't barred.
No,
if you're
no,
talking
on
about the
8.
other
I
one.
can't get in this one.
I have
Sure,
a barrel
yes.
of oil.
You just want to explode that thing. That's what you want to do. Yeah, there's enough of a gap that if you had like fishing line or something like that you can slip through, you can fish with the bar.
We'll try to. Can I assume that my sleeping bag has like a tie, and I can undo that, kind of like laces on or something to snug that up.
Yeah, I'm not going to quibble over that. You can make a quick
Okay.
hook. That's fine. You've got a little bit of line. Yeah, you work at it for a little bit, and you hook. You assume to be the bar. You give it a good yank, and you hear you hear the sound of metal clatter on the other side of the door. So the bar's free. Now the door is just locked.
Okay. I will do the same thing. I will see if I find any. I know what I'm looking for now. What time lock of traps they use around here.
I will actually give you a bonus if it is indeed trapped. So just go ahead and throw that in the tower.
Where is my button? Find traps. There we go.
Hey, you don't think it's trapped?
Nah, I never think it's trapped unless I set it off.
Same thing. The lock is more complicated than you would expect. You don't get pricked in the finger this time, though. It's just a really complicated lock. Now the door is robust, but it looks like you could batter the door down. Like it's mostly wood capped with metal. You can even see the hinges.
Pick me. Pick me.
Yes. Sorry, some sophisticated locksmiths back then. I'm usually on top of my game, but I don't know what's with this.
I've been learning locksmithing. Let me help.
Please do. Here's what I figured out. It's like, damn, I've got a 55 open locks and I can't hit that.
I bash the door.
Okay. Yeah, so you've got under strength there. You've got a percentage.
Percentile score of this ability? Or you mean doors? No, this
yeah.
is open magically barred.
Oh no,
Yep,
you've got the number which is not magically barred. If it's magically
Yeah, you should be
barred,
able
you
to
won't
just roll your bin bars, lift gates.
Oh, okay. I see. The parentheses is magically barred. Okay. I'm learning.
Yeah, there's a little bitty D20 in the corner there you can click.
Is this the one I do? Okay. Hua!
Okay. Boom! You give it a good arm. You do it a couple of times. You're breaking some of the wood. You're making a heck of a lot of racket, but it stays.
Can I use 4 for an instant success with a final push of?
If you want to, yeah. That's
Yeah.
Since you put it that way.
Yeah.
I just get really mad and I just boot it.
You boot it, and you take a couple steps into the room just from the force of the wood goes flying and splintering around. What actually gives is the wood and the hinges. The locking mechanism is strangely just very well made. The bar that's locking that middle just does not give. It's everything around it that gives. And you stumble into this fairly opulent room. Dark, rich black wood. It's just covering the ceilings and the floor. It's spartanly furnished, though. There's a small stone statue, again, of you assume to be Hexter in an alcove. The room did have some murals and paintings that had just kind of decayed over time, so you can't really make out what was on them. But as you do it, you're looking down at what must have been the bed. It's just like a slat of wood that used to have a little bit of hay on the top of it. And you're looking around. There's not really a lot to see. There's not like any niches or other than where the statue is. There's nothing where anything can hide. But then what you thought was your shadow that was cast upon this wooden bed stirs in a way that you didn't move.
Oh, I don't like that. I'm backing up. I'm like, ghost. I can't hit this ghost.
Do you still have one of those swords that I slid to you?
Oh, did I give it to someone else? No? Oh, then I have it. Never mind. I can't hit it. I'm going in.
Okay. I'm not going to go into the combat tracking with this just now. Just go ahead and make me a melee attack roll.
It's without proficiency or whatever
Mhm.
we want to call it. So do I just roll strength? Or no? I just
Mm-mm.
roll d20?
Yeah, just roll a d20. That's fine.
Okay. Hua!
And so it's like -2 with non-proficiency, so that gives you a 13. What's your strength bonus?
Nothing.
No strength bonus, 13.
It's
It hits.
16. It should have a strength bonus.
Yeah, no, it hits.
I just get a +1 to damage with my strength,
Mhm.
it says.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the damage for it.
How much is it? A d8? It's like a club,
Uh,
you said?
Yeah, I think I gave it a d10 against,
Oh.
well,
Okay.
against the things that it works against.
Hua!
And you get a
+1.
+1. Oh, nice.
Whoa!
Yeah, the stone just kind of you've never seen a shadow squish before. That's what it kind of, this blade doesn't actually have an edge. It's just a big hunk of stone in the shape of a sword. And you bring it down upon this shade's head and you actually see it like as if you snap the neck and head and it just kind of goes down through the shoulders and the sword just smashes the wooden bed below it. And yeah, there's just some black smoke coming up from around the edge of your sword.
Odie,
I
did
got
you just
it.
attack with darkness?
Yes, I think it was a shadow, but it moved, so I smashed it.
Huh.
I
Any-
look to the statue and I pay my respects because
Oh, do
although
you?
I don't, not like in worship, but like sorry to disturb like your vest or whatever.
You go
And
over and you give the statue a fist bump.
yeah, kind of like a metaphorical fist bump, and because like being like from a small village, it's like religion
Yeah,
isn't
okay.
huge where we're at, because it's like why worship a god when we're getting fucking murdered by shit left and right. But
Right.
there's still that like that voodoo element where I'm like, sorry, like, and I just back out of the room. There's a statue in there.
Did you
So
see
Arvin,
any?
you being the more magically inclined in the group right now, are noticing that yeah, these are undead creatures, but they're woefully, except for that first one that you ran into, they're not very strong. It's just like whatever animating force that has been instilled in them is waned over time, and it's just the barest spark left.
So that might be good news. That might be bad news. I don't know whether there's another bigger evil spirit thing that is sucking them all dry in order to keep itself alive further in here, or whether everything in here is being less animated because the magic has seeped out of this place now. I don't know. What Hexter wasn't the goddess of undead, was she? Were they?
No.
Oh, so
Actually, you don't really know anything about the
No.
god. Just yeah, your
I'm not
cleric said that.
religious.
Yeah.
I look at the space where our cleric should be again.
What about
I
the
was
wizard?
thinking-
Does the wizard with us have any idea about this stuff?
That is the wizard who was just talking.
No, the other
No,
one.
the
I
NPC
thought that
wizard.
too for a second.
No.
What?
Or whatever his name is.
He just kind of shrugs and says, "I'm afraid I'm not very well schooled in the deities of men. Of course, I pay tithe to my own worship, of course, but no, there's a particular taste of the negative plane here. Yes, but very small, very very little, just lingering." As if some great magic were once worked here, but not maintained.
Yeah, so it looks as though between the two of us, we think that it's probably something that happened a long time ago and has been abandoned since then.
I'm not
Which,
going
I mean,
to.
yeah, go on.
I said, I'm not going to bother doing the thing that some people playing bars do. I make me a Legion rollers. I'll make a Legion roller. Make a Legion rollers. I'll make a Legion every single thing. Sod that. But one thing I do want to do is I'm suspicious that whoever barred the door in here is not here anymore. So I just want to have a quick check of room there for secret doors, side panels.
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead and drop your roll into the tower.
What am I rolling?
That's a good question. I think it's still a D6 in this. If not, just roll a D6 anyway. I'll figure out later. You're a human?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nothing that you see.
Okay. All right. I'm just suspicious of, yeah. How did there's no one here, but they barred the door.
Well, I mean, if you want to
Could have
poke
been that
around
thing.
some, you do find the remains of like a clerical robe with some bones in the very bottom of it. Maybe the guy lived
the
long
door
enough to
and
do
then
that.
died.
Hard to tell.
He barred the door and then died. Well,
Yep.
that's one way to do things. Well, let us leave this room for another room. To the other door.
Okay. Yeah, so the only other door is the one where wasn't barred but was locked and is still locked. Going into
Odie,
that
if you
long
will.
corridor of 9.
I could try and. Oh wait, before I leave, you said I like shattered the door, but the locking
Yes.
mechanism stayed. I give the locking mechanism to our locksmith.
Yeah, you just gotta shake the wood bits off of it.
Yeah,
hand it
something he
over to
could
Grimly.
practice on if he learns how
Yes.
to unlock it. If he wants to sell it, like that's a cool looking lock. Me not
well
smashing
made.
it, I'm like, here you go. You're a locksmith.
A lock that only a church can afford.
Yeah. Next door, Hulk smash.
I'm not gonna make you roll for this one.
Okay.
You give it just a good mighty shove, and the door was actually weakened. It blows open, and you take a staggering step or two into the hallway, and then you kind of just face plant yourself because you're knee deep in bodies. Bones.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Oh, flail
This,
panic.
Yeah. This must have been like the last stand. There was a major battle that took place in this hallway. Literally the bodies were piled like, knee deep, all skeletal now, massive amounts of just rusty armor laying everywhere.
Nope, I don't like this. All right, I'm gonna oh, where's that oil barrel?
And then in the very far corner, there's a set of double doors that you can see were badly damaged, but someone's done repairs to them, has like put in extra wood, has rebound a few things. Looks like the hinges have had some work, and they've been closed up. And this is recent.
Where's that barrel of oil? I think we
You're
should
the
just
one who's
blow
got
it
it.
up. Yeah, I go get it. And I don't want to wade through the bodies though.
Yeah, that's the only way we're gonna
They're
get
old
there.
bodies. They don't even smell anymore. It's just a lot of bones. Just a lot of bones.
I mean, it's only
God, that's a lot of bones.
I leave the oil in room 7 for a minute, and I'm just gonna go through with my maul, and I'm just gonna
Poking the
start
bones
golf
aside.
clubbing it away from me, like into the way back corner. I'm just golf clubbing all of it, just in case if anything is movable, it's not going to be when I'm through with it.
Odie just piles through, just moving bones left and right, kind of clearing a path. Nothing other than what you're moving from your exertions. Nothing's moving. Nothing's attacking you. You do hear the skitter of a rat now and then.
I
The
let
long...
the dogs can eat that. They can get it
Yep.
if they can catch it.
Actually, the dogs readily come into this room.
Oh.
And they start kind of sniffing around. Some of them go hunting for some rats. You think
I let
maybe the dogs have been living off of hunting rats.
Yeah. I let them catch some stuff. If they all catch one, I kind of...
They don't seem to
usher
mind
them.
these bones. They just pile in,
Yeah.
just disturbing mass piles.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Once I get a path to that door, I'm
Yeah.
gonna usher the dogs out of the room,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna set up the oil keg. And...
Before you do that, can we have a
Yeah.
look at the door?
Oh yeah, if you want. I was just gonna blow it up.
Yeah, I don't have a look at the door.
Okay.
Yeah, so again, the doors had been gravely damaged in whatever battle happened here, but someone fairly recently has kind of made a patchwork job so that the doors will close again.
Are the hinges on this side or the other side?
Other side.
Okay. I'm going to knock on the door and say, hey, anyone in there?
You actually hear a voice. No one here! Please go away!
If no one's here, you won't mind us blowing up the door, right?
No, someone would mind that. No one's here, but someone would mind that. Please don't do that.
You should let us in.
Oh, no, I don't really want to.
We're looking for a sword.
There's plenty of swords out there.
No,
I've got some mail for occupant. I need someone to sign it.
I'm a great dragon guarding my horde. It would be ill-advised for you to come in.
I'm gonna blow up the door. I just say very loudly. I'm gonna blow up the door.
No, please don't do that.
Open the door.
There's flammables in here. It would make a real mess.
Open the door.
No.
I'm coming in.
Please open the door.
I wish you wouldn't do that.
Please. Pretty please open the door. You promised to be nice.
I'm lighting a torch. I say out loud.
Get away.
Oh, make me a charisma roll, Jameis.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Just straight charisma.
Yeah. Unless you've got a skill for gaining confidence.
I do actually.
Okay. Well, you're welcome to use that. I think it just gives you a bonus to your charisma.
Crowd working. So that's more for working. Also influence reactions and
Not
stuff
a crowd.
like that.
It's crowd of one.
I'll just make a charisma roll and we'll care about it later. That's still success.
Yeah. You trying to sell me something? I mean, I pretty much got everything I need. We're good here.
Can you sell me something then?
Maybe you got gold. I like gold.
Yep.
I like gems.
Is there like a crack in the door at all?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take a gold piece and just put it through the door.
Okay. You hear it tinkle. Then after a bit, yeah, it's good. Look, I'm a little indisposed, but you can just open the door and come in yourself. It's all good. It's fine.
Okay. Try to open the door.
Maybe we can do some business.
Yep. Maybe we can.
He's indisposed.
There's no reason to go and just stand there.
If you open the door, throw it wide. It wasn't locked. Wasn't lying. There actually is a quite large dragon sitting on a hoard of various bits of gold and silver, and you can see like it. When I say gold and silver, I mean like it's a silver dinner plate. It's some gold forks and spoons. It's the treasure from the Abbey. And this like this jet black dragon is just kind of curled on top of it. It's almost translucent, almost like smoke.
Hello.
Oh my God,
you can make me a legend lore check there, Jameis.
All right.
Bard might know something about what this is.
In the tower or in the thing?
Either way, I'm fine.
I have animal lore.
Ooh!
Oh my gosh, he actually made it.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised.
So this is a shadow dragon. They're kind of elemental style dragon. They do have some nasty abilities, but they're quite intelligent. They can be bargained with.
Hey there. We're just looking for.
When I say nasty abilities, they can drain life.
That's a nasty ability.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hi there. Yeah. We're looking for how big is Melon? What's this thing look like?
He's entranced by this dragon, and he's like, well, it would be an old style, probably made of raw iron, probably very heavy, inelegant. Well, I got lots of swords here. I mean, he starts going through his pile. He's like, I'm guessing you're looking for something more ornamental, something that looks real nice and pretty. How about this one? He pulls out. It's a hand and a half, or a bastard sword. It looks heavy. The wrappings are old leather. It's not ornate at all. But the blade itself shines, and it's not rusted. It's in really good shape.
Nice sword.
This what you're looking for? Malin's like, may I approach, kind sir, and take a look at the blade? He's holding the 1 gold coin. I mean, this is all nice and good and all, but you got more? What do you got to trade? I mean, it looks like a nice blade. I can use it to scratch my back.
Okay, I'm going to throw him another 9 gold pieces. I'm just going with a nice round.
It's a good poking stick. So 9 more, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, so you got 10.
You can look at it.
Just to let us come and have
for
a
that.
look. Yeah, we want to come and have a look at what we're doing and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to step forward with Malin?
Yeah, sure. I'm the one sort of trying to
legend
do all the
lore.
Christmas stuff.
Make me another legend lore. This one you're going to get a little bonus for.
Ooh, I don't know if it'll matter unless it's a big bonus.
Yeah, you know what the sword is. Having been in this area for a while and collecting the songs and the oral traditions from the barbarians in the area, this is likely the sword known as Dream Singer. A great blade wielded by one of the barbarian kings of old, said to be instrumental in him bringing together various tribes under his banner. Malin looks at it. He's like, "Yeah, this is it. We're a little light on funds, good sir. Perhaps we have something we could trade." He looks at you guys. For it?
I'll give you this wizard.
What can he do? I mean, is he a good cook? I mean, he's not really my type. If you're going that angle, I'm not into elves. Malin looks offended.
I thought you said you'd give your life to help your master find all these swords.
But there are 5 swords to be found. I mean, what
you said 4?
My life for one of them?
You mean there's 5 now? You said 4.
I might have miscounted. There are 5. There are 5 that need to be found. This is the least of them. The easiest to track down.
What if we give you this bard, who is conveniently not here right now?
It doesn't sing. I mean,
yes, very well.
You pull the string on his back.
He's so good at singing.
I mean, if I yell, "Siri, play me sleep music," will it lull me to sleep? I mean,
go ahead, Bard. Play him a lullaby.
Sure. I do actually have a lyre. I have actually used a lyre.
So if you missed it, Oak, they are negotiating with the Shadow Dragon, who has collected a hoard from all of the treasure bits that were left in this place.
And plink, plonk, plink, plink, plonk, plonk, plink. Can I spend 4 bits to automatically succeed and just get on with life without making
sure. Yeah.
So Dion,
you're
fine.
You mark them down 4 bits. You do a stirring rendition of something about dragons. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, so you're gonna trade me your bard for the sword? I mean, that's not bad, I guess. How long do these people live? I mean, what is he? He's human? I mean, I'm only gonna get like 10 years out of him or so. I mean, he looks pretty worn as it is. I mean, let me see your teeth. Yeah. Do this.
Does Arvin, do you know anything like a magic mouth type spell or something like that?
I don't know Oh, you mean for talking
Yeah.
distances, right? No.
Well, just thinking more that we could cast that and put the tune into it, so you can always have the song singing. Just thinking
No.
along those lines. Okay,
I
but
can't do those, I'm afraid.
all right.
I mean, no, I don't think any of my spells will help here with that.
Yeah,
So,
none of my spells are going to be in use.
do you want bones? We have lots of bones. Will they?
No, not on those years ago. I mean, all the good
yeah.
bits are off, and I mean, the rat diet is getting a little old, but you know,
Got dogs here.
Years away, we have these dogs. Yeah, exactly.
I just kind of lean into Arv and what about them arrows? They're pretty expensive.
Mm. It just feels like those arrows are supposed to be like a quest item we use later on to defeat something else. It really feels like that. As long as I picked up
Like
the
one
arrows
of those
in part
games where
one.
you get 20 hours into the game and you figure out that you did something in the first 30 minutes that bones you and you can't complete the game. No, not one of those.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, I am hungry. I mean, if you want to bring me something big that I can suck the life out of, I'd consider it. Maybe this bard's weight in gold will be okay, or if you got anything.
You are going on a
anything
diet,
magical?
young bard.
Magic is good. Yeah, magic is fine.
I mean, do you eat magic? If
Yes!
I cast a spell, so if I cast a spell at you, you could eat that.
He involuntarily just for a moment he cowers just a little bit. And you say cast a spell at him, and he's like, no, that's a bit extreme. I mean, I prefer to take it from an item or just suck it right out of a person.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think this shadow creature is not a big of a fighter as we might be making it out to be. But no, I don't want to go down the fighting. I think it's more amusing to not go down the fighting route. Anyway, Grumley.
What was that?
Is this some it looks like maybe something's casting the shadow, like a little kobold doing this crap or something?
It certainly sounds like one, but I mean, you take a look around. You can see where its weight shifts on the treasure. And no, it's a physical. Yep. It's a physical thing.
That's passing my smell check for it being a dragon, a shadow dragon. Yeah, I'm happy to go with.
If we went out and got you a cow, and then brought it back, would that be a decent enough swap?
The cow and these 9 gold.
10.
Yeah, that would work. I mean, if you throw in a sheep, it'd be nice.
Is there farmland near us? Because I don't remember.
No, you're in the mountains.
No.
I mean, there might be a stray farmer about, but not that you know of specifically.
Okay.
There might be goats for mountain goats around here, maybe. I'm just trying to think what.
Oh, they wander in every now and then. They're great. You know, they get the appetite going, but then half an hour later you're just hungry again. I'm not a big on those.
What does my animal lore say about this place? Nothing.
Yeah.
Magic. Back to that. Do you got anything magic? This thing's pretty hot right now. I mean, it's a nice item.
We do have. I mean, we could exchange.
I show
we
him
could exchange
the...
our sword for that sword.
Yeah, I have
Or
the
the club
blunt
thing,
sword. Yeah. I show him that.
Yeah, it's doesn't look very good. I guess it's not a
magical.
great trade. I mean,
don't we have 2 of them? Weren't we able to pull
2
2 of them out?
Yeah, you've got 2 of them.
We could offer those. Yeah. Both.
I don't know. I mean, look, let's talk about something not quite so physical. Like, I really like this place. There's a lot of low competition here. There's just enough to make, food when I want it. I got a nice little hoard going here.
He picks up like a little fork that's
Ooh.
cold fork.
I got a nice little hoard going. What can
I've
you
got a
do to
nice-
make sure more people like you don't come here? I mean,
I've
I'd give
got
a
an
lot for that.
idea, but I don't know how well you're going to go for it, Odie.
What?
What say you train the dogs to follow the dragon so that the dogs can go and get animals and bring it back, and then so go get the dogs, go get animals for the dragon, and also that the dogs have a master around, and the dogs can also keep other people away.
Do you like pets?
I mean,
I got dogs.
Yeah.
You like dogs? They're trained.
when you say like, I mean, but I mean, like for food, for
No,
companionship,
for companionship and using them for getting you things.
Yeah, they're already partly trained. They can go and get animals and stuff for you. If
I can
train
tell you
them
the
properly.
commands they know.
Yeah, if you want that way, we're not just giving you a sheep; we're giving you a way to go and get sheep.
Does
Not
anybody
more
have
useful.
like a bargaining skill?
Mm-mm.
I
all right
know
if
if
you don't.
bargaining. I don't know if bargaining is a skill. I mean, if anyone's going to have it, it's going to be me. But I don't know if bargaining is even a skill.
Yeah,
sort of thing on the
there is a non-proficiency that's basically mercantilism. But I tell you what, so those of you that have been kind of putting in words edgewise here, why don't so it's definitely Odie, definitely Bard, Arvin. Why don't all of you just roll me either intelligence or charisma checks? Let me just see what you get here.
Hey!
Oh, wow.
Now, do we want high or low? I never know with this damn thing.
You want under the skill.
Well, that's not good.
Let's do a charisma check.
All right. So Odie passed, and everyone. Well, Arvin did okay as well. You both did charisma. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems to you like he's definitely willing to part with it. It doesn't seem like anything special to him, but he wants to enhance not so much the quality of his hoard, but the quantity, right? And he's also wanting some relative safety. I mean, just looking around, things have definitely, now that you think about it, about how things were laid out, everything was laid out to kind of frighten people away, to make it less likely that anyone would make their way back here.
I mean, we can set up go away signs, but I mean, that's it.
That's why I was also suggesting the dogs can be
Yeah.
a discouragement.
That's actually not a bad idea, but it would take a lot of time for Odie to actually train the dogs to be able to help this dragon, and you don't have lots of time.
I'll just leave Odie behind. It's fine. We do want to try and solve this without fighting the dragon, but fighting the dragon is certainly the easier option.
I
But
mean,
it's not the fun
we
option.
could
It's not the fun one.
grab the sword and run. We're already allowed to look at it.
Did anybody? Oh wait, Odessa, Odie, you rolled a 1 on your check.
Yeah.
Right. Really,
I rolled a 20.
what you get from talking to this shadow dragon is he just really wants you gone and to not start a fight. That's
Yeah.
really what he wants.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll give you the 2 swords, and you give us your 1 sword, and we'll be out of your hair and leave you alone.
I mean, you promised not to come back. I mean, and to try and attack my ferocious form for my
No.
amazing treasure.
Never.
A chamber pot rolls off his pile.
Never. I honor the work you've put into collecting your hoard.
It took some time, let me tell you.
It's impressive.
These monks had stuff hidden everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't easy.
It's true. Hey, there's a cool statue in the room around the corner here, that you might like. You can get that. I cleared out a shadow that was pretty nasty.
You got rid of Marvin?
Oh,
That was his shadow. That was one
he
of his
attacked
shadows.
me. I'm so sorry. It was life
That
or
is
death.
right. Marvin was a real dick. I didn't like him anyway.
Well,
He's got
I did you a
freeloading.
favor. You can go in there now and get that statue, and it looked great in the chamber pot.
Ago, just been living here rent free. He's just talk. I mean, you kind of did me a favor there, I suppose.
You're welcome.
Okay, so this here stabity thing, your 2 stone things, and you cleared it up Marvin for me. Okay, I tell you what, we got a deal. Just forget you found this place, right? You never found this place. It doesn't exist.
We're just on to our next destination.
The mighty Severin the Shadow Drake doesn't live here.
Never.
And if he did, he'd be amazingly frightful.
Oh,
amazing.
terrifying.
Do you want us to collapse the entrance on the way out? Because we can collapse the entrance on the way out.
I mean, the rat's got to be able to come in. I got to live off something. Yeah. So maybe a little rockfall.
Make it look a bit.
Do you eat regular food?
No. I just drain the life essence out of things. I mean,
all right. Then I don't mind spreading a few rations around to attract more rats in here for you as well.
Yeah. Great rat. Yeah. Thanks.
I can spread treasure around here and attract in adventurers. No, you don't want that.
Can you specify poorly armed and dumb?
No.
I mean,
we got in here, so yeah, that's kind of default.
All right. Well, seems like you're doing me a favor. You seem all right. You can take the sword. Here you go. Let me have those stone clubs you got. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. Just add them to my pile. Oh yeah, just add them right there. Add them to the pile. Yeah, that's it. Look at it grow. A
little to the left. Right here.
Yeah, right there. Right. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is good. This angle.
That's good. That's great.
All right. Anything else I can do while I'm here? You need anything moved? Rearrange furniture?
No, once you're gone, I'll move that altar in here. I'm really strong. I'm incredibly strong. I'll just yank that bad boy in here and use it as an altar.
Do you want me to bring it in here for you?
One or the other.
Do you want me to save you the trouble? Is it safe to touch?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll leave it to you. Yeah, you're fully, completely capable. I trust the process.
You just go ahead and beat feet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Thank you. Sarvan.
We're too scared of the.
I mean, not Sarvan. I've never met you.
Exactly. Yeah, and if you had, you'd be terrified.
Exactly. Wetting my pants. Nightmares for years. Mm-hmm. I'll never recover from this.
That
thing that never happened. I got you.
Right. So somebody did point out in chat, he did actually say his name, which is something that Bard might want to keep track of.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware of that. I just don't remember. James just doesn't remember what it was.
I am so hoping that we go through this whole thing and then he is the big bad at the end, having increased his horde.
Yes.
All right.
Right. So who's holding on to Dream Singer?
I'm surprised Melon's letting it go.
Melon's not so well. He's kind of frail. And he's not so good with weapons. He'll carry it if you want him to.
It's a bastard sword. I don't really use bastard.
It's a bastard sword. Yep, hand and a half.
Odie? Oh, is this? I'll ask Mel. Is this weapon that we can actually freely use, or is it like a precious heirloom that must never be used?
Oh, actually, here's what you know about it, because you did pass your legend lore. Dream Singer got its name because the blade communicates future events to its owner. It communicates through dreams, as the name suggests.
Heap. Who wants to have disturbing visions of the future? Anyone?
I'll carry it, but I'm not trained in using a sword, so I'm not going to use it unless I have to.
My
When
proficiency,
you're
I
untrained,
think,
everything becomes a club.
Yeah.
I'm only trained in short sword, not bastard swords.
Yeah, a bit cumbersome for what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if nobody wants to carry it, Malin will carry it. He
Well,
can.
I'll carry it, I said. I don't mind.
Yeah, just won't use it. It won't be. You might need it at times for whacking spiritual weapons.
Yeah,
I
until I
suspect
get a
it's gonna be
magic maul.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. You head on out. You know, I don't have quickly, but once we sort of get, I'm going to do a quick desultory look around, see if there's an animal or something. We just shove into the cave and then lock it up behind it.
Okay. If you just take some time to do that, you can do it. Did you want to bring down some of the outside cave?
A bit of it just to make it a bit harder to get access to, not
Okay.
seal it off, but just
Make
make
it
it a bit harder for people to
Less
notice.
conspicuous.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear those dogs. They're getting restless.
Yes, they are.
I mean, not to shit all over what we've done or what we're trying to do here, but I mean, this scholarly wizard here found out that one of the 5 great swords might be in this place. So, you know, there are going to be others out there who have worked this out as well.
Oh, most certainly. I mean, I paid a great deal of money. Well, my master paid a great deal of money for the information for this one blade.
Exactly. So, I mean, that means that others will be looking for the blade and they will come here and find the dragon and then probably kill it.
We can
I don't know
leave
if-
a note that says, "We already took the sword, don't bother."
We're a terrifying dragon inside. Do not attempt to face.
Dream Singer has left the building.
Yeah.
What I can do is spread that out as rumor, as we can town to town sort of rumor that the great sword has been found, and that there is also this terrifying dragon around and stuff.
But then that paints a target on our back. But you know,
you won't say that we have it. We just say it's been found. It's out there. It's known.
I know, but they
I
will
heard
work it
it
out
from
as
another
us.
minstrel on the road.
I'm a 3rd level bard. I can do this without any repercussions coming back.
Yeah,
Clearly, it's within
none
my
of
skill set.
None of the people you think do will have at all worked out on the tropes of anything, will they?
Yeah, exactly. I don't see the problem.
All right. So here's the thing. After you have concluded your deal with Zevran, it's late afternoon. We're back to the map here. If you want to open up, what's this one called?
Map.
Matt.
Yep, just map. It appears to be. Yeah. And you've got a long trek to go. So you've got to get all the way to his master's house over here in Whitefang Bay. You can go over the hills and then go through the Rover Barrens, which might be easier than going through the mountains, which will take much longer.
I think
So up to you if you want to make a little bit of a trek over the hills for tonight and set up camp, or you can set up camp here. Well, how do you guys want to handle it? You've got about 4 hours till sundown and about 5 hours till total darkness. Yes, puppy. Oh my goodness.
Can we camp in the cave before we collapse it, or is that too late?
You can. No, you can. That's fine.
So that might be smartest. There was like a little alcove in the beginning that looked like we can camp in it, right?
Yep. And you found that your dogs are master rat catchers, as they've been
Cool.
living on rats for a while.
I let them feast.
You're
made sure
muted, Demis, if you're saying something.
I make sure I domesticate them
I
further.
can't remember what I was
'Cause
going to say.
when they get a rat, I'll be like, "Good boy, you was a good boy, you was a good boy."
I checked my skills just to see what I have. I have riding land-based. That's the most survival-based skill I have.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. Nobody
So,
here is
yeah, I
very
don't
good at
think
navigating over land. Yeah. But you do have a map, and you vaguely know that if you just kind of hug the hill line and the mountain line, you'll eventually see the bay. And once you get there, he knows the way from there.
I think that's what you guys said last week, was basically just follow the way around the mountains and just be safe that way. Which sounds like the sound plan.
I can remember what we said last week. If only there was some record of what we had said. Oh well.
Yeah, avoid the forest that says forlorn. You know.
The Forlorn Forest. It's a happy place, really.
It's forlorn. The person called Lorn. Don't worry about it.
It's misnamed. It's more of a grove than a forest.
So you want to stay in the cave overnight then?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, if we got nowhere else
Probably
to go.
safest.
Okay.
Oh, he's rolling.
Right. I assume that you guys set watches.
Yeah.
Sure,
Oh,
why
we
not?
got dogs.
Well, yeah, but I want to be there too.
It goes by uneventfully. There are marauders in these hills. There are other things that could be, coming through, but the night goes by just fine. So early in the morning, you even risk a fire. I mean, you're inside of a cavern. The smoke's not going to go far. At least you think. None of you have survival. You have a quick meal, load up your horses, and you continue over the hills. And yeah, so the idea is you're just going to hug the mountain line because you know that if you follow it and you keep it to your right, you're going to eventually hit the White Fang Bay, and from there, he can get you to his master's house. So that's the marching order, basically. Stick with that plan. We don't need to make any rolls to be lost. You can't really get lost as long as you keep the mountains to your
A challenge,
right.
you say?
Yeah. Hey, puppy, calm. He's getting near time to go out. All right, so you travel through. The next day is relatively uneventful. There's one point where in the distance you can see dust that's being kicked up by several horses, not traveling in your direction, and several miles away. So you're in a fairly flat land at this point. So you guys are kind of out in this the rovers of the Barrens area through here. It's flat land, it's grassland, plenty of line of sight to the horizon, so you can see for very good distances. So that first day of travel, other than a bunch of horse riders in the distance, nothing really happens, and you're coming to the end of the day, to the point where you're going to need to camp out. Unless you want to go into the mountains to try and find a cave, you're going to have to camp out in the plains, which has problems because there are predators out here. So either lighting a fire or being very vigilant on your shifts is going to be necessary. How do you want to handle it?
I think maybe we should try to find an alcove.
Yeah, can we follow like the base of the mountains?
Just kind of see if you can find a cave around the base of the mountains. Is that the idea?
I'll try to check for stuff.
Okay, you're a dwarf. I'll give you a little something, but you still don't know a lot about survival and terrain out here. So here's how we'll do this. Make me a wisdom check. Since this is not a learned skill, you don't have the skill. It's going to be based on like just what you've picked up in your life. Oh, look at that. It rolled over to a success.
Yeah,
You find a small game trail, which leads you to some small, enough for shelter. They don't go very far back. You think that they used to be animal dens, long since abandoned, though. No new spoor. While the animal trail is fairly well worn, you don't see tracks of anything large. Looks like mostly deer and mountain goat. The cave, likely, knowing the terrain, was a bear cave at some point, but has not been used in a long time. There's no scent remaining. There's no sign that anything has been in here in a while. That's the closest thing you can find as night is coming down. You want to use it.
Best I could find.
Sounds good. We can
Are
set
we
watches and
riding?
be safe.
Are we riding horses or are we just walking?
We got horses.
You got your horses.
Okay, as long as the horses aren't scared, aren't shying away from staying here, then we're fine.
They're
We'll
not.
just go with what.
Yeah, they're not.
Okay, then
And the
that's
dogs
fine.
don't seem to mind the cave either.
Yeah. If the animals, basically, if the animals were worried, then yeah, I would be worried. Because it's a bit
Okay.
of riding land based. I reckon I can take the word of the horses, as it were.
So 3 shifts. Who's first, middle, and last?
There's a leading question.
Malin will take first because he needs to be up earlier to get his spells and such done. So he's game to do first.
I'll
If anyone
do
wants to join him, that's fine.
last.
You want to do
Who is
last,
in provision?
Odie?
Who is in
What?
provision during the night?
Who has improvision? Oh.
Well, Malin does. He's an elf, but he would like to take.
We
it
want to
first.
do split it up with like 3 groups of 2.
If you want. Can you have dark vision, right? Oak?
dwarf.
Yeah.
Hello?
I'm good with whatever position.
No, he's asking
No,
if you
you-
have in provision, like you can see in the dark.
Can you see in the dark?
Yeah, I can.
Send, yeah, maybe him second shift and I'll do third because I'm a stupid human.
Okay.
If none of you want to be with Malin, then Bill's character will be with Malin on first
I was
watch.
going to say, I will go with Malin as well
You
because
will.
I also need time to prepare spells in the
Okay.
morning. So, you know.
Technically, I'm also a morning person for spells.
Are you? Oh.
I'll
I'm
go.
a bard. I do have spells.
I'll take
Yeah,
Bill
I
in the
know you need to
morning because Bill probably just needs to pray, so he can just do
Yeah.
his morning prayers with me in the morning.
Okay.
Keep watch with doggos.
I'll go in the middle. I'll go second watch with.
All right, so Arvin and Malin on the first watch. He goes by uneventfully. Do you guys set a fire or no fire?
No, I don't think we
I'd
should.
say unless we need it, no fire.
It's just cold food. Other than that, you don't really need it.
Depends
Okay.
on the weather.
First shift goes by fine. Second shift,
dear.
which is going to be Bard, and who else?
Grimly.
Is that Grimly? Grimly too, because you wanted the middle of the night sort of thing, right?
Yeah, I think I was on second.
Okay, out in the plains, not near you, but close enough where you can make them out. There is a group. You think 6, maybe 7 riders that are kind of galloping past you. Now, you've come a far way, so you can't really tell if they're going exactly in the same direction you came from or not, but they're kind of inclining their way that direction, and they're traveling in the middle of the night.
Well.
Yep, so that passes by.
I don't have anything I can do about it.
Come morning, everything is just fine. You wake to cold water, cold food. Nobody had a great deal of rest, having to take shifts and not really knowing what's going on. Your dogs slept great. Your dogs actually were able to catch some rabbits. One of them drops a rabbit at your feet, Odie, because you're not eating well. It doesn't think you're eating
Aw.
well. It drops a rabbit at your feet.
Aww.
Stupid human can't catch own food. All right, and then you continue on. Midday the next day, you hear horses coming behind you on your trail. They are headed in the direction of your travel. They're coming fast. What do you do?
Is there enough trees and stuff that we could hide if we wanted to? Or is it pretty much
To
rough
hide,
mountains?
you'd have to go into the mountains. The grassland doesn't really offer much of anything to hide in.
I
I'm
just-
not particularly wanting to be found when we've got one of the blades here with us, to say.
yeah.
Perhaps we could hide it here in this den and then we could go out
We've moved on. That's the
find out
next
if they're
stage.
friendly or not.
Oh, that din was way hours back.
Mm.
Yeah, you're already well into your travels on this day when this happens.
I mean, we're like out in the open, right? So it's not
Yeah.
like they're not gonna see us if we try and go somewhere.
You guys are
Um,
also on horseback. It's almost a certainty that they know you're there.
Yeah. So
Alright.
I'll just keep an eye on
Just
them and
keep
see what
traveling like
happens.
normal.
Yeah.
Okay. They are gaining on you,
Casual.
and they are heading directly for you.
Oh, how
Do
nice.
they have like is there like a coat of arms or some like a flag or does it look
No,
like a group of...
you can tell that there's 5 riders,
Hmm.
six riders actually, coming down. They're not wearing any particularly livery of anyone in particular. They're not flying a banner. They have horses much like yours, just kind of workaday horses, not trained as far as you can tell,
Hmm.
not battle horses for sure. But yeah, they're heading right towards you. You want to try and outrun them? You want to let them catch up?
We're miles away from anywhere.
Does anybody have any kind of spyglass or anything?
Mm-mm.
Right now.
How far away are they, would you say, at this point?
Maybe half a mile behind you.
Okay. I'll tail back a bit from the group so they get to me first. Like, I'll slow my
Okay.
pace, let everybody go ahead a little, and I'll just try and hail them.
Okay, how far behind are you letting Odie get? Like, how far are you going to outdistance him?
I'm actually wondering if we don't want to do this, if we just want to pause and sort of set up for a midday meal. Midday meal, so that we're also more positioned for a proper attack. If they try to attack us, we're on the ground with weapons ready and stuff. But we look like we're just having a meal. Make it easier rather than try to attack on horseback.
That's a good idea. I mean, we could just stop and say we're taking a break if they ask, or...
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
think
you
we
want to
just-
make like you're just having okay.
Yeah.
In which case, the riders approach. They slow down as they see that you have stopped moving, but they still approach you, and they stop within like 100 feet or so, 30 yards. There are 3 fighting man sorts, like they're in chain, spear, swords at the hips, a couple of axes, helmet. When you counted 5, maybe 6, that's the thing. There are 6 horses, but there are only 5 people. The 2 lead horses come forward a little bit. The 2 people on the front dismount. One is a very tall, broad, large man. He takes his helmet off. He's got a big smile, mouth full of very clean white teeth. The other one is a woman, pulls off her helmet, shakes out long braids. She also, at first, has kind of a scowl, but she kind of manages a small smile. It says, "Oh, what have we here? Travelers in my baron's domain. May I ask your business?"
Well,
Yes,
we're
traveling to, was it White Guard? I can't remember the name of the place. White Castle.
What?
We're going to White Castle.
Yeah, you passed that burger joint miles ago. No. Travelers, you say? Merchants? No, you've no gear about you to sell. Well, that's good. That is good. Merchants, we do extract a certain percentage of sales going through my baron's territory. You see, I am Mulsavar. This is my band. We keep our baron's justice in these wild lands, looking for threats, looking for those in need, looking for merchants to lighten their loads. You are none of those, it seems. So,
care to
what
join us for a
are
meal?
you? A meal? A meal. What do you have?
I start dressing the rabbit that I got this morning.
Rations.
He's like,
Yeah.
rabbit. No. You are also cooking that. You need to skin it before you. You can't just put it in boiling.
What do you mean? I boil everything. Blinks in Caucasian.
White Fang Day.
Cooking.
Malin
Cooking
is looking a little nervous and is decidedly kind of stepped back behind you guys and is trying to be very small. You notice that his hood is over his head and he's trying to be very inconspicuous.
We were not aware that this was any particular Baron's lands. If there is toll that we must pay, we will pay it. We are not. But we are otherwise.
Well, yes, of course, there's a toll. But there's also the question of, well, these are my baron's lands, and you are trespassers here. I understand you are moving your way through. It's good. That's very good. Let's see, who would? I think Malin has developed something of an affinity for Arvin, just because you are fellow spellcaster. So he's closest to you, and he whispers very quietly into your left ear, "Bandits. They're bandits. The same folk who jumped me in the city streets."
Crap.
As in, you recognise some of them, or
Yes.
Right.
Wouldn't I recognise some of them considering I talked to them?
I mean, yeah, we would all.
I talked to them. I was the one who helped them get the items out of the guy's pockets.
Okay. Why don't all of you roll me a d6?
Okay.
Think. Nope. 6.
3.
5.
Okay, so Arvin. Yeah. Arvin, Malin whispers this to you, and just as he's saying, "This is the band that jumped me." Yes, I recognize one of them. He suddenly he kind of just stands up very straight, and for a moment, Arvin, you see a little halfling who's just buried both of her daggers into Arvin's spine. She winks at you, and then she blinks away. And we'll end it there for the night.
Dun dun dun.
Let me just check something real quick. Oh yeah, Arvin's not, or he's not dead. He's not dead. he's just hurting. He's hurting a lot.
I'm not dead yet.
Isn't that good?
She missed the spine. All right, so we'll end it there with the bandit encounter with Musler's bandits. Okay, Oak, let's start with you. You got another game after this one?
Yes, sir. We should be playing some 5e homebrew after this, somewhere between 11:30 and midnight. And then we do the same Friday nights, Midnight Central, and then I have a Grimdark homebrew Midnight Central I run.
Nice. Jameis, what's been going on the blog?
Yep, I have blogs there. Things are happening. Sometimes people read what I write, but I'm not expecting that to happen much.
This is 2023. People don't read. Come on.
Need a podcast.
Yeah. Richard,
You got to do a 30-second video.
Hi there, I'm Richard, and you can watch me here on Twitch at LMTDTMFFR. Or say it with me now.
limited time offer.
No bells.
Limited time. Oh.
You missed it.
Only
It was
for a
the
limited time.
big
You gotta get the
inhalation. It
timing
just,
right
it just
with
went right over. But Dion, tell us all about the stuff that you're playing.
Oh my gosh. Well, when I'm not playing TTRPGs with all my super cool awesome friends like you guys, on my channel at Substances Used, we play retro JRPGs and do some Grand Theft Auto roleplay. I just beat Legend of Dragoon this last weekend. It was a little underwhelming.
Yeah.
It was really easy, and I was surprised. We're playing a little more of a jankier game now. We're playing Shadow Madness on the PS1. Think polygons from Final Fantasy VII, but worse. And it's great. It's a great game, honestly.
Nice. Okay. Well, for ourselves, if you found us, you know where we are. Twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder. But also, please check out the podcast at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. Mostly because all the links are there to our social sites, to our Discord, Facebook, all that fun stuff, as well as heading towards 14 years of podcasting goodness. Oh my gosh, I'm old. Yeah, there's that. Other things going on this week. We are, as far as I know, playing Friday BX Dungeons and Dragons, more classic Dungeons and Dragons. This Saturday, I will be running on the official Goodman Games site. I'm running Weird Frontiers, kind of a horror western using the DCC system, which can be bought as a print on demand on drive-thru right now. I had a lot to do with that. It's on sale for both books, split so that you don't have to have one mighty 900, almost 1,000-page tome. It's been split into 2 books, making it much easier to use at the table. This Sunday is not a Shadowrun Sunday. It's probably going to be a day off for me. So that's what we have looking forward to. But thanks for watching, guys. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.